I've been holding off on this video for a while, but I think it's finally time I get out of the hyperbolic time chamber and talk about Age of Ultron. And I want everyone to grab their popcorn because this is gonna be a long one. But before we really break down these scenes and get into the video, if you guys can do me a small favor for me and smash that subscribe button right now, that'll help out a lot. But yeah, with that out the way, Shaquille O'Neal, can you play me some Heat real quick? So the scene kicks off with the Avengers pulling up on Hydra, and Thor hits this Mario-ass jump onto this platform. And hold on, Thor, let me get a 2 for $5 special from McDonald's. Coming right up, he serves them up with a... I'm loving it. And then Thor grabs the other one like an action figure and flings the other one onto the ground. So then Captain America rolls up on this Hydra member. And bro, look at how he's doing this, man. Straight up ragdolling him onto the dirt and then tossing him into the air. Like, nah, what is this skill-based matchmaking? They really queued up into the wrong lobby. The Avengers are really out here treating these military fighters with the utmost disrespect. That man probably wanted to join the army so that he can feed his family of 26 kids. The Avengers are really out here fighting like this is their 9-to-5 job. Like, relax, dude. Take it easy, man. It's not that deep. The Hulk is straight up going berserk on these people. Like, this isn't even a fair matchup. We really got a big brolic monster going up against regular civilians. This scene right here really reminds me of those 12-year-olds that are 7 foot tall playing basketball in middle school. Like, you are not in the 5th grade. What do they be feeding these little kids to be making them that tall? I need some of that. So then we get this immaculate slow motion frame with every single Avenger on screen. I know the cameraman was cheesing when he filmed the scene because this was a cinematic masterpiece. Like, nah, peep Hawkeye in the very back. He has no reason to be hitting this Hunger Games ass pose. Stop it. You are not like that. And look at Black Widow putting the toes on this soldier. That man is definitely not seeing his family anytime soon. He's cooked. And after a bit of squabbling and the Avengers showcasing their elite chemistry as to why they're the greatest superhero team to ever be formed, we finally cut to the Hydra research base, and essentially, the main commander is trying to form a plan in order to protect the scepter from the Avengers. And he really starts talking about, can we hold them? They're the Avengers. Like, nah, even his own mans knew they were cooked, cause going up against the Avengers is like a suicide mission. It's not gonna be successful. I know that man ran out of the Hydra base at the speed of light and was never to be found again after the head captain told them to deploy the tanks. And this penguin looking ass dude starts telling the leader to get ready for combat and to suit up, not knowing what he's about to get himself into. But these guys pulled something crazy out of their sleeves like it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the commander said it was time to activate their trap card and send out the twins, which we all know as Wanda and Quicksilver. But they look like they don't even want to be there for real. Like, nah, don't try to act all sad now. You guys signed up to take down the Avengers, so go do it. So the cameraman transitions back to the forest and we see Hawkeye scouting the area with his Minecraft bow and arrow, only for him to get yeeted onto the ground. And I'm not gonna lie, Hawkeye got caught off guard pretty badly. He had absolutely no clue what just hit him, but then Quicksilver appears out of nowhere and says,
"You didn't see that coming?"
Nah, cause how are you gonna let this "It's-a-me, Mario" ass villain pull up on you like this? He barely knows how to speak English. He probably only knows 10 words in the English dictionary, and this French man is flaming you, Hawkeye. I'm gonna be honest, I need you to lock in before I tell Nick Fury to take you off of the Avengers permanently, for good. Have you working at Subway if you don't start putting in that work. And Black Widow, being a real one, comes to help Hawkeye out and gives him a medkit so that he can heal back to full HP. And then the Avengers proceed to infiltrate the Hydra by wiping out anyone they see in their sight, just effortlessly catching bodies left and right. And then Iron Man finally breaks into their headquarters and packs up like 10 people in the span of 1 minute like he's John Wick. So Cap arrives to assist Iron Man to retrieve the Loki scepter from their base, and you could tell that the leader was quaking in his boots, like he wanted no piece of Captain America. He was straight up getting pressed, cause he's like,
Hydra's #1 thug.
Technically, I'm a thug for S.H.I.E.L.D.
And then Cap flames this man harder than a middle school lunch table.
Well then technically you're unemployed.
And while Cap is interrogating the leader like he's Batman, just asking him where he's hiding the scepter, we see Wanda sneak up on Cap and she uses her airbending powers to send him rolling down the stairs. And I know his legs are on life support. He's like 160 years old. I don't know how his bones are still functioning at this age. I'm surprised he doesn't need robotic surgery like Your Age Gaming. So Wanda shuts the door because she does not want to smoke with Captain America. But I mean, she did make the right decision by leaving, because the very next second, the Hydra leader Peter gets obliterated by Cap's shield and he gets sent to the gulag. Nah, cause this is actually next level disrespect. How are you gonna let Captain America call you broke and unemployed and then put you to sleep with one attack? But you guys know me though, I'm built different. I could take a couple blows from Captain America and I would still be standing on my feet.
Stop the cap.
And Iron Man's aura is insane because Wanda and Quicksilver just stood there and let Tony Stark take the scepter right from their hands. Like they really wanted no problems with the genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Alright, my bad. Maybe I'm glazing Iron Man a bit too much. So after the Avengers retrieve the scepter back to home base, thank you to Tony Stark, him and Bruce come up with a plan to create Ultron so that they can protect the Earth from danger. But as we all know, the creation of Ultron was the quite opposite of Iron Man's main goal, because after they leave the lab, this man Ultron comes to life and rips apart Jarvis, and this is officially the beginning of the menace himself, Ultron. And I'm gonna go over this part briefly because I am trying to get to the real action, but basically Ultron absolutely terrorizes the Avengers and literally has them fighting for their lives while none of them have their uniforms equipped. Like they really went into this battle with no shield plates, no diamond armor or anything. And bro, look at how much destruction he was causing. And the crazy part is that Ultron wasn't even in his final form, but he was out here making the Avengers look like the Guardians of the Globe, and you guys know how garbage that team is. And the aftermath of Ultron's invasion, we already know how that went down. Like I want all of you guys to take this in. The Avengers were really beefing with each other instead of working together as a team. Like they really despise each other. Now I see why they started the whole civil war. Like Thor was choking the hell out of Iron Man for summoning Ultron. I know Nick Fury was tight after seeing that he recruited a bunch of unserious superheroes.
What have I done?
And before we get into the good fights of the video, might as well hit the subscribe button if you made it this far. I'm not asking for much, just a little subscription is all I'm demanding from you guys. So after the Avengers devise a plan, they finally face off against Ultron's crew, and he tries intimidating Captain America off rip. But I don't even think Ultron is that terrifying. Like this man has the most generic voice box I've ever heard, cause how do you have the most frightening build of all time but sound like this?
Pretending you could live without war.
You throw up in my mouth?
And then Ultron hits the Avengers with the ultimate pump fake, cause as he's trying to explain his evil plan to them, he says, and he smashes him into the wall, but he gets right back up on his feet and they get to boxing. Ultron slams Iron Man into the wall, hits him with an object and says, "Come here, boy," and then blasts him into the glass. And I'm not lying when I say that every single Avenger was contributing to the team, cause Black Widow comes in and says, and then while she's choking this dude right here, she kicks the other one away and finishes him off with a calm little somersault. But we're not finished yet though. This man Hawkeye was putting in maximum effort, raising his kill count by the second, using his bow and landing that arrow with perfect accuracy. Nah, I'm just playing. This man Hawkeye is trash. Why is he trying his hardest to make it look like he's doing something? He's like that one person on the NBA team that wins a championship just by sitting on the bench and by doing absolutely nothing. He's just there to be there. So then Quicksilver slows down the time, and right as the shield is about to hit him, he ducks under and then clocks Captain America in the face, sending him back to 1987. I know for a fact that punch made him remember all of those days he used to spend with Duke Dennis. He's old as hell. Captain America gets snuck up on by Quicksilver, sending him flying onto the ground, and then Wanda comes in and hypnotizes Cap and also does the same to Black Widow as well. And I'm not gonna lie, Ultron's squad is up 3-1 on the Avengers. They really have a huge lead right now, but the thing is, Captain America is down, Black Widow is also down, but guess who's it's up to right now? Yep, Hawkeye. So Wanda creeps up behind Hawkeye, and I'm actually surprised because the only person out of the Avengers, this man Hawkeye somehow puts a stop to Wanda's tomfoolery out of all people. So he turns around and then puts an arrow on her forehead, making her tweak out completely. And I guess I'ma have to stop the Hawkeye slander, cause I was not familiar with your game. And Quicksilver obviously senses a disturbance in the Force, so he comes in at the speed of light and sends Hawkeye crashing through a window and then saves Wanda by taking the thing off of her head and exiting the building. And Hawkeye, I want you to win, I'm rooting for you right now, but ain't no way you just said, yeah, you better run, after Quicksilver literally has you laid out like a pancake. Like, you have no right to talk, bro. You're lucky he spared your life. So we fast forward a bit into the movie, and Captain America pulls up on Ultron to run the fade, and he starts yapping, saying how he has the power to make real change. Like, bro, you are not the president. What change are you talking about? And Cap was clearly fed up with Ultron, so he initiates the fight and he gets to action. Captain America throws his shield at Ultron, but he devours that attack up with no problems, and then shoots 2 beams at Captain America, but he elegantly dodges them. And bro, peep the finesse on these next few moves, because Cap chucks his shield at Ultron, then does a spinning kick and boots it back at him, but all the extra movement doesn't pay off at all. And then Ultron grabs the shield that's stuck in his chest and then discards it onto the highway. I know Captain America was wishing he stayed in the iceberg and never got rebooted back to life after he saw Ultron eat his shield with no repercussions. Cause normally when Cap throws his projectile at anyone else, they would go flying into the stratosphere, but when it's Ultron, he's just built different. He's pretty much immune to everything Captain America tries on him. So Ultron pulverizes Captain America, making him bounce off of his back and almost off of the truck, but he luckily grabs onto the ledge and weaves Ultron's punch. And then Black Widow starts catching up on her motorcycle, like it's about dang time you finally showed up. It's been 5 whole minutes of Captain America getting his whooped. And I guess Ultron can earthbend now? Cause how did bro just lift up that entire rock like he's Toph from Avatar The Last Airbender? This man Tony Stark really created a cheat code ass character. And this part actually has me weak, cause Cap tries choking out Ultron, but does he not realize that he's fighting against a whole robot? Like, this man is really still stuck in 1940 and it's 2024. He does not know how technology works nowadays. His slow ass is still probably figuring out how to turn on his iPhone. But anywho, Ultron gets out of the chokehold and puts Captain America in the most wildest pose. Like, this is straight up bullying at this point. Ultron is moving like he's him. He cannot be messed with. So after a bit more throwing hands and Cap getting tossed into windshields, they both proceed to crash onto a bus, and then he throws his shield for the second time, but it's denied. And then Cap hits this clean 360 sideways flip. Like, I don't even know if that's CGI or if he actually landed that flip, but I'm not gonna lie, that was tough. And Ultron is just straight up cooking Captain America like barbecue chicken. Like, he really had him laying on his back like Franklin the Turtle. But then Black Widow checks in with Cap and she's like, "How's it going? Are you beating Ultron up right now?" "Hey Black Widow, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting cooked right now." And long story short, Black Widow manages to escape with a Call of Duty care package, and then Ultron decides to leave because he knows he's about to get jumped by the entire Avengers crew, and he was not trying to deal with all that. I don't blame him. So now we arrive at the final battle, and Ultron unleashes his minions to go after the Avengers, and they were shutting everything down, defending the turf like it was a match of Capture the Flag. And I was bouncing around in my chair. I was so hyped when I was watching this ending scene, because literally everyone was going stupid. Like, they really had Vision taking bodies apart, Captain America hitting this ballerina flip, Wanda using her firebending to burn these robots, and also Thor, Quicksilver, and the Unincredible Hulk eviscerating anyone they saw in their sight. And the last person that I haven't mentioned yet, that's right, Hawkeye. Well, what was he doing? He was being helpful to the team as well, I'm guessing, right? Like, Hawkeye really thought we were gonna let him slide. Why are you throwing your bow away? That's your only weapon. Like, in Hawkeye's head, he probably thought he was in the coldest edit of all time. So then Vision and Ultron get to brawling, but he really couldn't hang with Vision because he starts lasering Ultron, and then the rest of the Avengers join in and they straight up destroy his entire face. Like, I low-key feel bad for bro. They almost reduce him into nothing but atoms like Thanos. And I'm not gonna hold you, Ultron was a cool villain, but his time has expired and it's over for him, because Hulk smacks the crap out of Ultron, sending him out of the scenery like Team Rocket after a Pokemon battle. And yeah, that's the end of the video, and if you guys enjoyed this and watched all 14 minutes, make sure to smash that subscribe button if you guys want Civil War next. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Y'all can catch me later. I'm out.